One cursory look at the intractable disagreement between the federal government and the Academic Staff Union of Universities, ASUU, is that you think trade unions and collective bargaining are forbidden and may be lost. And so anyone who had hoped for a quick end to the ASUU strike must think again. The federal government on Wednesday disclosed that the alternative payment platform recommended by the university teachers for paying their emoluments has failed the integrity test. Recall that ASUU had flatly rejected the integrated payroll and personnel information system, IPPIS. And so for ASUU, the way to go is the University Transparency and Accountability Solution, UTAS. BCSO, who is saying what?
Well, I think this is just another level of complication in the old FG-ASUU palaver. The UTAS was a major issue in the last negotiation round. And of course, government didn't promise to use it. It said it would subject it to integrity test. Now that it has come out to tell us that it has failed its own integrity test, it means that government is not going to use it, right? And ASUU has always insisted on UTAS, claiming that the IPPIS of government is also not reliable. And they have also come up with different kinds of examples to show that some of their members were not paid. As and when due? No, using the IPPIS. The actual money they ought to have been paid using the IPPIS. And that it had its own problems, the IPPIS. So, which means that the lecturers are on one side, government is on another side. So how do we get to a medium point? A common ground. A common ground, yes, where the two of them, I don't see that happening. Because for almost 1 year, they spoke about this UTAS and IPPIS and nothing happened. And now the government has even come out to say it is not going to use UTAS. It means that this level of the strike has taken another dimension. Before, we were talking about the agreement, and government has also come out to say that that agreement has to be renegotiated, which ASUU is saying that it is not ready to do. And the committee is already in place? In place, which we spent 6 weeks, which means that the 1 month notice that ASUU gave us is definitely not going to work. But you see, I've always said it, the ASUU FG strike is likely to continue. The problem here is the problem of funding. Is the problem of funding. On the one hand, and funding university education is not cheap. The federal government, every one of us that has gone to university in Nigeria, we should be thanking the federal government of Nigeria for sponsoring our education. We attended tuition-free university. It is not easy, but this government cannot continue with it. And the earlier we got to know that, the better it's going to be for all of us. We can't continue to run a free university education system, because if we continue, we will be having funding gaps. And if people are paying, you cannot be talking of UTAS or IPPIS, because in private universities, you don't use IPPIS, you don't use UTAS, you pay your lecturers as they should be paid. Let me tell you, I don't know if many Nigerians are aware that if you have a PhD in this country and you work in a university as a senior lecturer, your salary, your take-home pay is just 150,000 naira. And do you know what it means to be to your university? No, that is what they pay in Nigerian universities. That is the problem. We have a lot of problems. But you see, when you talk like this, people will tell you that you went to university, you did not pay, and now do you want people to be paying? And all of that.
Well, I remember when there was a strike many years ago, feeding Wahala at Unilag, 50 kobo per meal, and a little something happened and a strike came. But away from that, don't you think the current imbroglio tells you either both parties are wrong or somebody is not being open here?
I think there is a trust issue here. Now, let me just, I have a slightly different view from hers. Now, actually, it is true that Nigerian education is, government is heavily subscribed by the government. But if we had a very good system where students can access loans, student loans, and all of those things, we will not be talking about.
But sorry, Paul. And madam, there used to be the Students' Loans Board.
Yes, exactly. So what happened to all of that? Now, going to UTAS and the federal government has not said that it is rejecting UTAS completely.
Yeah.
It says that it has failed integrity test. Yeah. So what are the areas of weakness? ASUU is supposed to go and review it. But I do not like what the ASUU president said. I found it very, very petty. Now, he said, in his own opinion, he said the UTAS made 85%. That's his opinion. That's not even where I'm going. He said that it was sent to the Minister of Communications and then sent to NITDA. And he said something that man, the Minister of Communication, decided to punish ASUU for disagreeing with his controversial professorship. And I'm saying, no, this is very petty. Are you good? I mean, it's petty, it's risible. How can, for example, is it vendetta now? You mean the Minister of Communications will just want to get back at us? What about the students? We do not think about the students that are out of school. You understand? If truly there are good reasons why government says that UTAS is weak, go back and review it. Go back and review it. Simple.
But factor this into the mix. So many teachers, university teachers, are teaching at private universities, and government thinks that is not being straightforward. If you understand what I mean.
No,
if you teach at, say, Unilag,
okay,
you leave Unilag, and this is happening.
Well,
to teach at private universities.
That is not a factor as far as I'm concerned. Because if I'm working somewhere and I can do something.
You're talking about trust issues.
Yes, issues. No, what I'm trying to say is that, is there a policy of government that says a lecturer can't teach elsewhere? See, if...
No. If you teach at a particular school, BC, help us, if you teach at a particular school, drawing a salary from there,
okay,
should you teach at another school?
I'm not aware of a policy of government that says you can't teach at another school, so long it's not affecting
for a fee.
Well, why not? What if? Okay, does it mean that if I'm working with government, I cannot do a business on the side? If I'm employed by government, I can't do a business on the side. I can. But that's not the issue. The issue is you have employed me. I'm a lecturer. I'm a worker within the system. Improve my welfare. End of story.
Wait, madam, are you quarreling with IPPIS?
I'm not quarreling with IPPIS.
Are you quarreling with UTAS?
I am not quarreling with UTAS. But what I am quarreling with is a system that does not give lecturers or pay lecturers the kind of money, commensurable salary that will make them to be effective and that will make them to work.
And to think that, I'm keeping Akitoye at Ayobo waiting. Brother Akitoye, are you there? Good evening to you.
Good evening, sir.
Yeah, let's go.
Good evening, journalists and Hangout.
Good evening.
Yes. Yes, I want to contribute to this federal government ASUU face-off.
Go on.
Yes. Please, let us call a spade a spade. It is enough, all this blame government, IPPIS, IPPIS, something. Let me tell you, as an accountant, the IPPIS works for so many organizations and many ministries and many parastatals. What is wrong with ASUU, if not because of fraudulent practices? Personnel cost is personnel cost. Hello?
Yeah, you're on. You are on.
Personnel cost is personnel cost. All other costs are recurrent costs, other expenditures. they can be classified separately, not molded up with their salaries. That is what the federal government is saying. Your own salary, personnel cost is your salary. Let us know how much they are paying you. Don't mix it up with any invitation from any country or other visitors. No, they are separate costs which can be classified separately. But your own personnel cost is your personnel cost.
All right.
Let us know what it is.
Brother Akitoye, thank you very kindly for your intervention. Madam, we must go. You are not quarreling with IPPIS. No. Neither are you. You have trouble with UTAS.
I have trouble with IPPIS for the universities.
Okay.
Because IPPIS does not guarantee university autonomy, does not guarantee freedom, certain level of freedom. Professors don't retire at the same time regular civil servants retire. So those are some of the issues that the lecturers brought up.
IPPIS stops that?
Yes, you know, IPPIS brings you under the civil service. It cripples the autonomy of
if you teach at a federal government school, you are a civil servant.
I agree, absolutely. But you know, university is another word with its own peculiarities.
Okay.
That's what they are saying. So I don't have a problem with UTAS. What they should just do, and government agreed to UTAS in principle. Yeah. Okay. And they are told them that they will subject to integrity test. Yeah. Now that it has failed, go and review it. You know, it's as simple as that.
BC, my trouble is living in a country where a counselor earns a lot more than a professor.
People won't know, but my professor, I just completed my PhD. My professor showed me his pay slip. He's been a professor for 25 years. Wow. And his salary was just like 500,000 naira.
The reward of teachers
and he was a professor for 25 years.
Oh, hold on.
And so you can just imagine.
You want to have it?
Nice on it.